What's good, YouTube? This video installment is going to actually teach people how to be a good spotter on the bench press. If you see here, I'm making sure that both sides have the exact same weight. Oh no, this one's missing the 10 pound. Slide it on. Like, come on. Now, it happens to everybody. You accidentally get ready to go, you hype your boy up, and next thing you know, the girl points out, hey, that side doesn't match the other side. You're like, crap. Another good thing to check for is to make sure the bar's not bent. There are some gyms out there in Greenville that have bent bars and they don't care. This is very crucial if you're going to lift 315 pounds or higher so you don't die. If you die bench pressing because the bar was bent and broke or something like that, it'd be pretty bad. Also, look at the bench. Some of them, like this one, has a little latch on the end where you can adjust it. Make sure that's pushed in. That one's pushed all the way in. Last thing you want to do is get up there and then the seat falls while you're lifting the weight. And also check and make sure the weights are also evenly across. Most people will have it evenly across all the time, but sometimes, you know, when you rack it, it shifts one. And then you're all good. Make sure there's no debris around. These two benches are too close together, so Golds needs to fix that. There should be space between them. And also check, make sure that you know where the rack is on the bench. And some benches are thicker, but this is just your standard corporate bench, which is an okay one. But there are other gyms with fat pads and wider benches that actually make it easier to bench press because you can actually spread out your lats. Now, I'm going to show everybody the bar path just with the bar by itself from the side, because when you're standing behind the person being the spotter, you need to make sure that the bar goes straight and doesn't hit the actual little pin or rack or whatever you want to call it when the person is actually moving the weight. And stay off your phone. If you're going to lift at all and you're going to be on your phone and spot someone at the same time, you're an utter failure. I'm just saying, you're an utter failure, because games are made with good partners where you know you can press your PR, and that if you start to fail, your spotter will be there to catch and help you out. If you see, I'm purposely hitting the little rack because new people will hit the rack sometimes because they haven't bench pressed as long, or if it's a bench you're not used to, sometimes you will, you know, accidentally hit it. And if you have a heavy weight, sometimes you will move to the left or to the right. So I'm going to show you guys how it should look when you're spotting a person, especially if you're new at spotting yourself and to the gym. You want the bar to be straight as possible. Now, if one side is coming up closer to the left or to the right, let that person know when they're done with the set. That way they can fix the actual rep range or movement pattern. You want the movement pattern to be nearly damn perfect. That way, when you start chasing weights, you can actually finish the workout properly. Now, if you look, I'm purposely exaggerating of how the bench press comes up. Usually new people will do it that way, but over time it will be a slight one. A small correction actually can help the person a whole lot faster, but when you're bench pressing, you actually don't realize you're doing it sometimes unless someone shows you, so you can actually correct the issue. That way the person knows you have their back. They may actually push heavier weights. Sometimes they'll get it up, sometimes they don't. Please don't be some of these people on TikTok who be getting hurt. It's just terrible. Now, on this here, two good positions to spot someone is at the elbows or on the wrist when it comes to dumbbell presses. It's best to ask the person if you're going to spot them, they want the elbows or the wrist. Me, I prefer the elbows, because my wrists are still thin and I need to work on them some on the overall strength. I don't like no one touching the wrist if I'm struggling at a higher weight, of course, but it's up to preference. Some people don't care, but it's always good to ask people. The heavier the weight is, usually the person will tell you how. That way, if they're struggling, usually they can't see your hands, but you know, just a slight touch will help that person up. That way they don't lose that mind-muscle connection. Because if you can lift the weight and help them out a little bit without their eyes seeing it, some people in the brain, I know for me, thinks I've done all the work myself. So then next time they go for that weight, they don't actually need a spotter. Again, make sure you're actually paying attention. Make sure the weights are the same. Don't be the guy on the next meme in Facebook or TikTok that has failed their workout partner and letting the weight fall or getting them hurt. That's just terrible. You'll just be terrible like the last 2 presidents of the United States at this point. Like, come on now. We're here to make gains, have fun. Thank you for liking the video, and make sure you subscribe. If not, just comment. I'll talk to you guys later. Let's have a good end of the year. I will see you guys